I want to be able to get to my destination. Does that make sense? A bit like commute. You're not looking at having a commute every day and then stopping to admire the view. You just want to get to work, get your work done, and get back to the family. There are often many ways to get to your destination. You always seem to have a choice. Very rarely is there no choice in how to get to a destination. You can pick the quick way, you can pick the easy way, you can maybe pick the quick and easy way, you can pick the convenient way, you can pick the luxury way, you can pick the slow scenic route, you can pick the slow painful route. There's just so many ways. I mean, obviously you wouldn't pick the negative ones, I know that. And on this little vlog, I want to talk to you about the choices you make can be by default or they can be on purpose, right? Now, if you are looking for a choice on purpose, then I think you would agree that you need some planning. You need to do some thinking ahead of time. You need to look at the options and then find out one that fits your requirements, right? So give you an example. When we were in Canada some years ago, we were doing this trip. It was like a luxury train ride across the Rockies from Whistler down to across the mountains to Jasper, and then we chose to drive down from Jasper down to Lake Louise, and then on to, where did we go? Lethbridge, which was a mistake. That last leg was a bit of a mistake, but it all ended all right. And so what we did was we hired a car. We were in Vancouver for a couple of days. We had a car. So there's different travel modes, right? We had a car. We drove up and left our car at the train station in Vancouver. In Whistler. In Whistler, we got on this luxury train. It was really beautiful. 3 days on the train, staying in hotels along the way. And so that was really convenient. We didn't have to drive. We could have a little tipple. We were fed really beautifully. We stayed in nice hotels along the way. Everything was sorted out and arranged for us. And then we got to Jasper and we took a different mode of transport, and we got in a car. We drove through the mountains, down the mountains to the other side, and then through Lethbridge. And each piece had its good things, and it had its negative. When you're driving, you can't have a tipple, right? And I quite liked a Canadian beer or a glass of wine. There was none of that because I was driving long distances, and also you can't take so much of the scenery in when you're in the car because you're focusing on the road compared to the train. However, with the car, you can stop along the way and see this and watch the scenery, really take it in. Whereas on a train, you're going along, you take it what you can, and once it's gone past, it's gone past. You can't stop and go, oh look, there's a big black bear in the woods. Let's stop and have a look. It's gone whoosh, right? And so each of them have its path. And what I think would be useful is to understand that when you choose it, that was a vacation. But if I was choosing something for my business, I would choose a well-proven path. I would choose a reasonably quick path. If it was going for growth, I would choose a relatively straightforward, planned out route, because I don't want any detours and stuff. I don't want any road bumps. I don't want things to suddenly pop up that stop me or slow me down. I want to be able to get to my destination. Does that make sense? A bit like commute. You're not looking at having a commute every day and then stopping to admire the view. You just want to get to work, get your work done, and get back to the family, or that type of thing. And so what I thought I would just talk about today is bring that to your attention and go, sometimes we do it by default. We're so busy. We've got so many messages being bombarded at us. We don't always choose. And sometimes we don't know what the choices are to choose from. And so my thought for today would be, think about what choices you are. Now, when I work with a client on a coaching assignment to build their business, we look for three things. The first thing we look for is the client commitment. Now, chances are, I've very rarely met a business owner who isn't committed to achieving their goals, their results that they want, whether it's a higher level of income or consistent growth in income, and a consistent, easy life where there's more time than they need to get things done. The second thing is a roadmap, a clear. They want a roadmap, and if they don't have a roadmap, they're gonna find it quite difficult to just go and make up stuff on the fly. They've no one saying, look, you're here now, here are the milestones, this is where you need to go. And so that sometimes can slow them down. So they need a roadmap, they need that commitment, which is almost certain, and then they need the roadmap, which often isn't in place. And the third thing they need is a support system. The support system may come from their spouse, it may come from their bank manager, God help us, may come from their accountant. I know I act as a bit of a support mechanism to my accounting clients in the UK. Or it can come from a coach or whatever. But you need someone who's going to go, look, this is where you need to go. This week we need to make some progress. How much are you willing to commit? Do you have 1 hour a day? Do you have 10 minutes a day? Do you have 2 hours a week? Whatever you have, let's do the right things based on the roadmap and make the right progress. A bit like we got a place, we hired a car in Jasper. We got in the car, we drove down to Lake Louise. We had a hotel there, and so on, right? So that is in the essence is you need to have a roadmap and then somebody to support you. That if you get stuck, we had a phone number in our glove box. If we had a puncture or we lost our keys, we just dial this number and they would come. Now, fortunately, we didn't have the inconvenience of losing our keys or running out of fuel or whatever. But just that thought of having that support gives you peace of mind, because you're driving through mountains and there may, I don't know how many cars were going to go down that route. In the end, it wasn't that many cars because it was just coming out of winter. Beautiful, beautiful time. Springtime it was, about May. And if you ever want to go on a road trip through absolutely beautiful scenery, that trip from Jasper to Lake Louise, it is one of my dream return visits. All right, so that's it for now. You've had a little bit about me touring in Canada. You have a little bit about my philosophy on business. And if you'd like to know more about how I help businesses achieve their goals a little bit quicker, a little bit easier, a little bit with more certainty because of your commitment, the roadmap I provide, and the support we provide, then give me a call, right? Just touch base with me and let's have a chat. All right, this is Gordon wishing you well. Take care. Goodbye.